Alright, Algebra 1, here we go. Moving on with factoring. Today we're going to look at a form of factoring trinomials called fabulous factoring. And how do you factor a trinomial where a does not equal 1? What we just did was that a was 1, so we had something like x squared plus 2x, whatever. But a was 1, that leading coefficient. Here you'll see we want to factor something where the a value is not 1, like 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. Okay? So how do we do that? It's going to look there's a number of different ways to do it. We're going to look at one way that's similar to what we've been doing here with trinomials. Okay? Some of this as we go through how to, you're going to recognize some of it as being the same thing. First thing, we're going to split the x squareds, x and x, but with our a value. If our a is 2, then when we split our x's up, it's 2x, 2x, and then you put it all over that a value 2 in this case. If that was 3x squared, it'd be 3x, 3x, and 3. Okay, so whatever that a value is, it goes with it. The signs in the parentheses follow the same rule we just had. Plus, 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 plus. Okay? Now, there are no factors of 12 that add up to 11. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 8, 3 and 4. None of those add up to 11. That's why we've got to do this a little differently. Okay? So what we do is we multiply the a and the c value. These two. 2 times 12, that gives us a positive 24. And that's what I did right here. I showed you when you multiply the a and the c, and you find factors of that ac, that add or subtract to equal b. So now we're going to go back to our same thing. Only instead of using 12, we're going to use 24. So what times what is 24 but adds up, because I got a positive right here, to 11, my b term. And again, that's 3 and 8, just similar to an example I did on the notes the other day. So 3 and 8, to complete our factors here, 3 and 8 are going to go in there with each parentheses. It doesn't matter which one because they're both plus plus. And then similar, we split up our x's, took our a value with it, we multiplied the a and the c value, tried to find factors of that add up, in this case, to 11. If that was a minus, we'd have subtracted. We fill them in just like we would. Now we want to simplify by dividing that visor into one factor. So I take that 2 and I try to fit it into the 3 and the 2. It doesn't go into 3 evenly, but 2 goes into 2 and 2 goes into 8 evenly. So I got my 2x plus 3, 2 goes into 2 one time, I get 1x, 2 goes into 8 4 times, x plus 4. You want to check it to see if it's right? FOIL it. There's my 2x squared, 2 times 4, that's plus 8x, plus 3x, there's my plus 11x, and then there's my plus 12. So I got what I started with. Fabulous factoring. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. So, my a is 3 right here, so I'm going to split it up. 3x, 3x, all over 3. Plus minus, so I'm going to get a plus minus in here. I'm going to multiply these two right here. That gives me a negative 48. So what times what is 48? But we'll subtract to give me 22. Well, 1 times 48, I can't subtract that and get 28, or 22. 2 times 24, hey, 24 minus 2 gives me 22, positive 22, so that's what I want. I put my 24 with the plus, I put my 2 with the minus, and then the last step, 3 goes into 3, 3 goes into 24, 1's there, 8 there, and then 3x minus 2. There it is. You want to check it? FOIL it. 3x squared minus 2x plus 24x is plus 22x minus 16. So it checks. And then the last one here, let's try one more. 6x, 6x, all over 6. Minus minus, so I'm going to get a plus minus in here. 6 times 18 is 108. That'll be a minus 108. So what times what is 108, but if I subtract it, I get negative 23. So 1 times 108, that's not going to work. 2 times 54, not going to subtract to get 23. 4 times 27, hey, 4 minus 27 is equal to negative 23. There we go, that works. So the 4 is with the plus, the 27 goes with the minus. So now I want to divide in here in the last step. Well, 6 doesn't go into 4 or 27 evenly. What do we do in that case? Well, when you get that, you just take this 6 and you split it up. 2 times 3 in this case. Okay? 2 times 3 is still 6, but notice the 2 goes into those 2 evenly. 2 goes into 6 evenly, that's 3x. 2 goes into 4 evenly, that's 2. And then 3 goes into 6, and 3 goes into 27. Okay? Is it right? Well, let's FOIL it. 3x times 2x is 6x squared, minus 27x plus 4x, that's minus 23x, minus 18. So it checks. Okay? Fabulous factoring. I'm going to give you a worksheet on this tomorrow, and we'll work on it in class, and we'll continue to kind of build on our factoring repertoire here. Okay? That's factoring trinomials where A is not 1. Fabulous factoring. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.